Okay, welcome in. Are you ready to absolutely ace your OCR A-level Boolean Logic exam? Look, I know these exams can feel, well, pretty daunting. But today, we're going to break the whole thing down into crystal clear visual steps. Just think of me as your personal study partner guiding you through the weeds here. By the time we wrap up this explainer, you're going to feel totally confident and ready to tackle literally any logic gate question they throw at you. So let's just dive right in.
So here's the game plan for our masterclass. 1. Basics of Boolean logic. 2. Negation and conjunction. 3. Disjunction and exclusive disjunction. 4. The capital letter trick. 5. Brackets and equivalents. And 6. We'll bring it home with a truth table master summary.
All right, section 1, basics of Boolean logic. So pretty much everything we're talking about today is named after the mathematician George Boole. He came up with this whole approach to logic, and it's basically the bedrock of modern computing. Literally, every piece of computer circuitry you use relies entirely on these exact logic gates. To really get this, we have to look at how computers actually process information, right? They use binary states, meaning everything boils down to just two options. A 0 represents false, or a state of absolutely no voltage. A 1 represents true, meaning voltage is present. It's like a giant array of light switches, on or off, making electronic circuits incredibly efficient. Think about it. It's voltage or no voltage in your RAM, polarity on your hard disks, or physical pits and lands on a CD. And when we map these states in an exam problem, we just assign the inputs simple letters, like A, B, or C.
Okay, let's dive into this. Section 2, negation and conjunction. So, these are the first two critical logic gates you absolutely need to know inside and out for your exam. Let's break down their roles. First up is negation, commonly called the NOT gate. Its job is brilliantly simple. It literally just reverses the input. So if your input A is a 0, boom, the output flips to a 1. If A is a 1, the output is a 0. Super easy, right? Next up is conjunction, or the AND gate. Now for an AND gate, the output is a 1 strictly if both input A and input B are a 1. If literally any other combination happens, your output is just a 0. You're definitely going to want to commit these foundational rules to memory right away.
Now, take a look at the standard OCR exam symbols here. You've got the little hook for NOT and the upward pointing caret for AND. These are exactly what you'll see printed on the exam paper. Now, compare these big ones to the alternative symbols you might have seen in different textbooks or programming languages. Here's a quick pro tip for you. If you use the alternative symbols in your written answers, you'll actually still score full marks. But, and this is a big but, you must be able to instantly recognize the official OCR ones when you're reading the prompt.
Let's move to and see how this builds. Section 3, disjunction and exclusive disjunction.
We're intentionally chunking these slightly more complex gates together right now just to prevent any cognitive overload. First in this pair is disjunction, which you probably know better as the OR gate. Look at the definition. If either input A or input B is a 1, meaning it's true, then the output is a 1. It literally just needs at least one true input to trigger a true output. The only time an OR gate outputs a 0 is if both inputs are completely false.
Now let's contrast that with exclusive disjunction, the XOR gate. So the crucial takeaway here is that XOR stands for exclusive OR. If either input A or B is a 1, the output is a 1. But not both. That's the critical difference you have to nail down for the test. If both inputs are a 1, the XOR gate actually outputs a 0. It exclusively wants only one true input, no more, no less.
Just like before, we've got a side-by-side comparison. The standard OCR symbol for OR is that classic V shape. The OCR symbol for XOR is the exact same V shape, but notice it has a horizontal straight line underneath it. You gotta be incredibly careful not to mix these up. And again, you're gonna see alternative symbols out there, and while it's awesome to be fully prepared for any curveballs in your wider reading, you really need to lock your eyes on those standard OCR symbols.
Now, what's really interesting about this next part is, well, it's section 4, the capital letter trick. Okay, listen up because we are about to look at the ultimate memorization hack. This is going to guarantee you never mix up these symbols during a stressful exam. Let's start with the NOT symbol. I know it's a bit of an abstract shape, but if you draw it out, you'll actually see it fits perfectly into either the left or right top corner of a capital letter T. Just think of the T in the word not. Boom. Instantly, this anchors a strange abstract shape to something incredibly familiar.
Honestly, this one is my absolute favorite because it's just the easiest to remember. The AND symbol, that upward pointing caret, it perfectly forms the top peak of a capital letter A. A for AND. It's that simple. Whenever you see that peak pointing up, you know instantly, for sure, that you are dealing with conjunction.
Now, the OR symbol requires a tiny bit of mental gymnastics, but it works brilliantly. Take that V shape, right, and just mentally turn it on its side.
Once it's sideways, you'll notice it neatly completes the rounded right-hand side of a capital letter R. And where's the letter R? Right at the end of the word or.
And finally, we have the XOR symbol. Now remember, it looks just like the OR symbol, but it has that distinct straight baseline beneath it. Just think of that straight line as a strong foundation representing the letter X in the word exclusive. With this fail-proof mnemonic toolkit, you are literally never going to drop silly marks from misidentifying a logic gate again.
All right, moving right along to Section 5, brackets and equivalents.
So, now that we've got the gates completely memorized, we're shifting our focus to advanced synthesis. Basically, how you actually read and build these expressions when they start getting complicated. When you're staring at a long string of letters and logic symbols on the exam paper, it can look totally intimidating. But here's my advice. Just treat Boolean expressions exactly like standard mathematical expressions. Just like in regular math, we use brackets to logically group various parts of the equation together. This tells you exactly which gates to process first before you tackle the rest of the expression. It's like a roadmap.
There's one additional symbol you absolutely must be aware of, and that's equivalence. On the OCR exam, this usually looks like a triple equal sign, though you might occasionally see it written as a double-headed arrow. It translates literally to is exactly the same as. You'll be using this a lot, and you can confidently bust it out when a question asks you to prove that one complex Boolean expression yields the exact same truth table outputs as another.
And here we are, Section 6, Truth Table Master Summary.
We have reached the culmination of today's masterclass. It's time to reveal the ultimate summary table that ties every single one of these concepts together perfectly. And this brilliantly illustrates exactly how all the gates process our binary zeros and ones side by side. Look, I really want you to take a mental screenshot of this table. Let's look to how the inputs A and B combine. For not A, the zeros become ones and ones become zeros. Easy. For A and B, we only see a 1 output at the very bottom, right? When both inputs are true. For A or B, we get a 1 if either input has a 1. And for A XOR B, check out that crucial difference on the bottom row. When both inputs are 1, the XOR output actually flips back to 0 because it demands exclusivity. Honestly, reviewing this table is for sure the quickest way to verify your own logic during the test.
To make absolutely sure you have all this info on hand while you're studying, head over to student.craigandDave.org to download their incredible, free, double-sided Boolean Algebra cheat sheet poster. Seriously, no subscription or login is required. Just select OCR A-Level Revision and grab it. So look at what we've done. We've broken down the symbols, we've mastered the capital letter trick, and we've successfully navigated the truth tables. So my final question for you is, how are you going to use this flawless logic to completely dominate your upcoming exam? Keep studying hard, trust your logic, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.